in effect, baby.
Josh from Matt Crafton, he blew through the tires in that first stage. He wanted to come in at the stage break to work on the truck a little bit, but he and Junior Joyner, his crew chief, made the decision. They have to think that big picture that we talked about early on, so they stayed out there to get some stage points. He said he wanted some right rear wedge to help with the landing. It's getting snug center off. They're going to do a track bar, make a big swing in the air pressure when he does come in, Regan.
What's up, peoples?
All the way up to second to end that first stage. That was mission accomplished. They needed as many points as they could get right there. A little bit of concern, though, from this team.
Yeah, sorry I'm late to the stream, but I was at a game tonight. So, but they're under red flag right now because there's a huge crash. I did see that.
Well, for Sheldon Creed, his crew chief, Jeff Sinkowitz, reminding him to keep the tires clean when we get back to running under caution. He said, I'm a little tight going into turn 1 and 3 and 4. It could possibly be faster if I could get to the gas with more confidence. It's just a little too free. If he could get some green flag laps, he thinks he could get it stabilized on his own, but he's not getting there yet, Vince.
Well, it has been a pretty solid effort so far for the two, but how about the troubles that the 4 of Nemechek has had? Listen to this radio from his teammate, Chandler Smith.
Hey, the 4 is on fire. The 4 is on fire in front of the firewall by his feet. Been doing that for the past 3 laps. I don't think it's rubber. It's getting worse.
Well, Jonathan Nemechek has already secured his spot in the next round of the playoffs, and that might be a good thing because he has had his hands full with the ill-handling truck at the beginning of the race, and now this issue. What do you make of it, guys?
Hey, right now I don't see any fluid coming out from underneath the truck. Your first instinct is usually it's a rubber buildup fire from the heat of the exhaust and some rubber that got collected.
I mean, there's never a good fire.
Well, sometimes, Vince, if someone says you're on fire, like that, but not in a truck. And you know what I saw, though? Both Chandler Smith and John Hunter, the adjustments they made on those pit stops, those trucks were fast. So if the fire goes out and he doesn't have a problem with that, watch that Ford truck. He could be strong.
And who's going to step up and challenge Sheldon Creed?
Wow. That's a great question. I talked about the Smith guys, and I felt like they would be strong and fast.
It's been I have not seen anything that's happened in this race. Literally, I got in, I walked in the door, and it was a red flag. So the red flag has been lifted now.
It's interesting. Austin Hill has not had a top 10 in these first 2 playoff races. Maybe tonight is the night he comes alive, and that's.
So I've not seen a single lap today.
I agree with you. Right now, he's got the gold star award of gaining the most points in pressure cooker situations. Those guys did good stage 1. Zane Smith as well. It's just a matter of staying smooth, staying calm. There's so many yellow flag laps, the red already, and we're not even halfway.
Yeah, what's it do? I mean, you can't really seem to get your rhythm. Is that disruptive to you as a driver, or just part of the territory?
This sounds weird for Kurt Busch to say it, and like, you gotta stay cool, man. You gotta stay cool, you can't get too excited.
Yeah, you say that very well with the headset on. It's when you've got the helmet on that's staying cool is the problem.
It's 130 degrees in that. For 2 over the years, you weren't able to do that.
But yeah, 73 laps, and they've only been going for 45 minutes, so. I mean, obviously a little more with the red flag, but 43 minutes of racing, so. Or of driving. Thanks for having these live streams of races. What's your home track? I live less than 3 miles from Martinsville. Wow, dude, that's awesome. So, I'll answer that question, but I have a question for you. When they are racing or on track and you're not at the racetrack and you're at your house, can you hear the cars? Can you hear the cars from your house? Also, I have multiple home tracks that I consider home tracks. I was born in St. Louis, so obviously Gateway, but I've never been there. I'm going next year, though. I live in New York, so Watkins Glen's the closest. But also, just the track that I've been to the most and the track that I really do consider home is New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Because I used to live in Vermont, and I used to go there all the time. I haven't been in 8 years, so it is a very special track to me.
To conclude that final stage, so a long race towards the end.
One of the interesting stories in this field tonight, the driver of that 24 truck. Doug Kobe is a 6-time modified champ. How's he doing down there, Jamie?
Well, Vince, he's inside the top 25 right now. He has already made a pit stop, so he does have that under his belt. But, you know, this is his first race even on a radial tire. So his goal coming in was just not to make any mistakes. They did have to address a little bit of damage on the right-hand side of that truck. But one of the steps that he took to make sure he was more comfortable tonight was he raced last week in a modified at Richmond. He finished 5th, but his normal spotter wasn't able to make it. So he called Tyler Mon, who's his spotter here tonight, just so the two of them can get comfortable together on the radio. They can have that communication already established. He said this truck is capable of running in the top 10. He'd like to think by the end of this race that he as a driver would be able to do that also.
I can hear practices and qualifying. Many local residents getting a lot of extra cash by charging fans to park on their property. I would do that. I would definitely do that.
At Bristol, so you can't have any damage.
That's yeah. I mean, obviously, I'd assume that you're probably at every race that is there, but you're probably not at every qualifying and practice session. So that is cool that you can hear them from your house. But also, it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people say that, but I'm not sure how much I believe it. Because it's like, when they're on the other side of the track, at least the bigger tracks, when they're on the other side of the track, yeah, you can obviously hear them, but it's like not too loud. Like you can talk to the person next to you. So, I mean, you probably can, but what do I know?
1 to 10, it's a 6 tight, meaning it won't turn. He turns the steering wheel and the truck just goes straight. He said anytime that the right front of the truck gets to the corner, he can't do anything.
Dude, I cleaned my room up a tiny bit. Not even that much. I cleaned my room up a tiny bit, and it looks so much cleaner, which is insane because it's not clean at all. It's a little less dirty.
It's been such a consistent and impressive season for Carson.
Makes my room look bigger, actually.
Well, what about the rookies finish the most laps of everyone? Every lap but 2 he's been running. And yet, with that stat, Vince, and that pit stop he just made, that truck is now outside of the playoffs. They're not in the top 8 to advance to the next round.
It's been crazy just to see the sensitivity.
Martinsville is awesome. I've always wanted to go. I mean, I've always wanted to go to Bristol. I've only been to 5 tracks. 4 or 5. No, 5, yeah. I've been to New Hampshire, Watkins Glen, Dover, Pocono, and Charlotte.
This truck is not turning the way that they expected.
I watched every race since Dale Jr. raced the late models here. Wow. I wish Martinsville was a championship race and cup instead of Phoenix. Honestly, I don't want Martinsville to be the championship race either because it's like, well, I think the playoffs are dumb anyway, but my thing is that if you're going to have a finale, have it at like a neutral kind of track. Like Homestead was perfect because nobody's like good at Homestead and nobody's bad at Homestead. Besides Kyle Larson, he's good at Homestead. Like everybody at Homestead is just like kind of decent. Like Homestead's a kind of a neutral track. Like at short tracks, you know who the best guys are. You go to a short track, obviously it's going to be Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., you know, one of those guys. When you go to like a mile and a half, though, it's always kind of like it's intermediate. It's a neutral track. So I've always liked that being the finale. Homestead's always been a great finale, in my opinion. But I also get it. You want to see a championship race at your home track.
So typical of Bristol, that inside front row struggles to put the power down on those launches. And man, the crowd is just getting chewed up.
Great on-board view from pit road to that bumper cam. That's Kligerman in the 75, and just ahead of Kligerman in that yellow 98. It's great end figure.
That's my favorite bumper cam. That's just like that. Love it. Let's see if he's able to use it a little bit, or is he going to stay patient? You know, you talked earlier, Vince, that Pit Road's been falling outside of the top 8. Now he's falling back his way back in. That's what it's going to be like all night for some of these guys down there around our playoff cut line.
Grafton and Friesen side by side.
Oh, Friesen gets loose, and Matt's trying to take advantage of the bobble there by the 52 truck.
Friesen's had a good playoffs so far, running a pair of top 5 finishes to get things started, 4th and 3rd.
What I'm seeing is guys that are running the bottom, you stick it just right, everything's under control. You miss it just by a little bit, now you lose the grip and
it seems like the side force is taking off your truck running that low lane, and it makes you even looser. Here's Crafton.
I honestly don't even remember. Did John Hunter Nemechek get in on a win or just points? Yeah, it was points because Sheldon Creed won Gateway and Darlington. So.
Good job with that small team. GMS built trucks, and Klingerman has really handled them well. He has a couple of top fives.
Oh yeah, that's the Crow horn right there. That's the Crow horn. He just moved him out of the way, and that's what Crafton was talking with his crew chief under that stage break. Like, hey man, I think we need a pit. The handling's not there, and Zane Smith just moves him. Where Crafton lost all these spots since that restart. Yeah, he started second, third on that restart, and he's all the way back to 10th. That's costly.
That was annoying.
Now, the good news for Matt, though, is he came in with a nice 35-point cushion. Gives him.
I think Phoenix is a terrible track for the finale, and the fact that they're having it there again next year is just awful. They must have some sort of deal with them, though. They must have some sort of like I bet like they fucked someone's wife at Phoenix, and so now they have to do it. I bet Phoenix is has a secret that NASCAR doesn't want them to know. So like they're blackmailing NASCAR by making them race the finale there every year.
Both made their way inside the top 8, which would advance them to the next round right now. Long way to go, as you said, Kurt. Well, I'm finally seeing a long green flag run, and Chandler Smith said, I like my truck, we're not changing it, just let me drive it. And now he's showing he worked with Ford. And that's just the sheer driving of it right now. Passing guys left, passing guys right. Got Hocevar. Oh, I'll give you an update on Hocevar. He's making the pass here on Clay Greenfield, driving the 11 this weekend, but man, he hasn't gone anywhere since that pit stop. He's all the way back to the 23rd position right now.
And even more significantly, Mike, look there on the bottom left of the screen. Hocevar is in 10th of the 10 playoff drivers, so he's on the outside looking in now, as is Todd Gilliland via tiebreaker. So tight, just as we expected on track and in the playoff standings. Gonna take a break here at Bristol, but you won't miss a thing. Stay with us.
Has held the Universal title for a year, but now he finds himself trapped between the demon Finn Balor and the beast Brock Lesnar. What's the next move for the head of the table? It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox. 3, 2, 1.
We are the center of everything NASCAR.
The core of the sport you love.
From the garage at Daytona
to the champagne at Phoenix.
Ready to go, champ.
NASCAR Race Hub, sponsored by Wendy's. Weeknights at 6 Eastern on FS1.
You'll have to see it to believe it. Whoever said that must have been talking about Talladega. It's a place where chaos mixes with speed, where a town turns into a city, and a weekend becomes a lifetime of memories. It's a tradition like no other, at a track like no other. And after it's all over, you still won't believe it ever happened.
Is this like the longest green flag run of the night? Oh no, they had like a 20 lap.
Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Raw power is an iron fist.
And then another 20 lap.
Raw power lifts with its legs. Ram power also lifts with its brains. Raw power gets it done. Ram power does what's never
Phoenix and Texas both
by anyone.
need to be dropped from the schedule. Replace them with Nashville. I like Phoenix, but I think it honestly, I agree that it should only have one race. Phoenix is getting kind of boring.
This is so crispy, juicy, and tender.
Replace them with Nashville Fairgrounds and North Wilkes-Barre. I totally agree. Well, Texas, I still like Texas. You know, I think it does deserve one race on the schedule. Now that they've taken one race away from Phoenix or from Pocono, Dover, Michigan, it's like I don't know what other track I would. Darlington, yeah, take away a Darlington race. I don't fucking like 2 Darlington races. That shit's so dumb.
Saturday is baseball night in America on Fox, and the push for the postseason is on.
So yeah, I would like them to take away a Darlington race, put North Wilkes-Barre, take away a Phoenix race, and put Nashville Fairgrounds.
Baseball night in America, Saturday, 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
I am what we do this for, to be remembered forever as champion.
I am the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series playoffs. I am NASCAR.
And the thing is, they could always add another race too. Like they can always add. It's not like we always have to take away a race to add another race. We can always just add one more race. There's nothing wrong with that.
3 races in round 1 of these NASCAR Camping World Truck Series playoffs. And he won at Worldwide Technology in dominating fashion. He did the same at Darlington, and he is putting it on him again tonight here in Bristol.
He's got a 4-second lead and only a 25-lap run. He's just cranking it out.
In 16-second laps. I mean, it's just crazy. How quickly do things happen here? I mean, these laps click by so fast in 16 seconds. It's just...
Oh shit!
Nice short track action.
John and Nemechek just bumping and run super freezing right there. That was awesome.
I want this stage point here.
All right, I'm rolling a blunt. Cause fuck it.
John Hunter said, I can't waste a lap or 2 running behind Greason. I'm faster than him. I gotta go. And he just put the bumper to him and the gas to the floorboard and away he went. You can't waste any time in Bristol. Laps quick off quickly. Yeah, and then you get the log jams like this where everything just completely bottles up. And Creed's like, you know what? I'm going to use
These Bristol truck races are so short, man.
seconds. I'm just going to ride this out at the end of the stage. But again, back to your point, Vince, 16-second lap times. There's the traction compound on the bottom. The high groove's starting to come in a little bit. There's so much going on. And if your truck is ill handling, everything happens twice as fast. Good handling trucks, things kind of slow down and you can zone in.
Bits of closed here in these final 2 laps of the stage. Sheldon Creed continues to lead. Tyler Ankrum running second. Impressive run for Ankrum tonight. Of course, he's not in the playoffs.
Berlin Speedway in Michigan or Iowa Speedway? I don't know what Berlin Speedway is. I've never seen that. I've never heard of that. So I'll look into it. But I definitely, if you're asking which track I like better, Iowa or Michigan, I definitely do like Iowa better. Yeah, that's another one I want. What race could we take away?
Looking every bit like a champion again tonight here in Bristol.
Honestly,
Managing type 2 diabetes?
On it.
well, no, because they were making the Auto Club
They're 22
a short track, so
Meet the people who are managing type 2 diabetes and
I was gonna say take away Auto Club. Or take away Michigan, honestly. Yeah, take away Michigan for Iowa. Fuck Michigan.
Also have known heart disease, so it can help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And Jardiance lowers A1C.
That track is so
Jardiance
stupid.
can cause serious side effects including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems.
And then I'd be all for them taking away a Kansas race for Mazda Raceway.
Stop taking Jardiance until you
in California.
symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack? Yep, they're on it with Jardiance. Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
So ashamed to overpay for this used car, I've decided to go undercover.
When did they move the Bristol Dirt Race to for next year?
You don't see me. You're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again.
Hey, Beth, how we feeling?
I know they moved it down a little bit because they moved Coda up.
Shop millions of great deals.
They moved Coda up a few months.
Only at the all-new Carfax.com.
All right, where'd they move? April 17th. So they moved it back a few weeks. I think the Bristol Dirt Race should definitely be a night race. That is like so, and the fact that they have so few night races on the schedule next year is so fucking annoying. They only have 5. They have 5 night races on the schedule for next year. That's absolutely ridiculous.
But freedom means you don't have to choose just
86 Indy for Lucas Oil Raceway. Honestly, I would be fine with taking away Indy for Lucas Oil.
3-row Jeep Grand Cherokee L.
you're not a big fan of repurposing tracks for road courses, me neither. I mean, I like the Roval, I do, but honestly, just go to a real road course. If you're gonna do that, just go to a fucking real road course.
Blue Union Superstar. Works fast and you won't stick. Official partner of MLB and NASCAR.
Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway, the Camping World Truck Series playoffs. Pits are open for the Stage 2 pit break right now, and you see the 52 of Stuart Friesen. He's going to hit pit road with that truck. Right now, he is wound up in there. We saw the battle before the end of the stage with him and John Hunter Nemechek. Spotter Rick Corelli trying to calm him down. He lost all grip in that truck. And the 16 truck.
I didn't even know there was a race tonight. Yeah, it's Thursday, so usually there isn't, but yeah, the trucks are on. I didn't even join until like 15 minutes ago. What's up, Austin? I was at the Syracuse Mets game tonight, so I joined during the red flag. So
Unpredictable right now. He's kind of all over the place. Sometimes he's loose, sometimes he's tight. Either way, he's battling out there and contending towards the
I've only been live for 20 minutes.
Matt Crafton also has some work to do. Remember, he wanted to make a wedge adjustment, but he was talking with Junior Joyner, and Junior decided there was more value if they went down with the track bar. If he was free off instead of the wedge, the final decision was down to for Sheldon Creed. He said he got a little free off. They went down half a pound in air pressure, but super happy with the truck right now. No chassis adjustments for Sheldon Creed.
Well, and Creed holds firm on position on pit road, and that's so important, as you see. The team's getting it done over the wall. Don't lose spots on pit road.
Do you ever ask yourself what we're all doing? I mean, when does the good part start? There is this dance reality show. This might be my last chance, and I am taking it.
All these people are going to have their lives turned upside down.
The Big League, a new drama, premieres this Monday on Fox.
Liberty Mutual customized contract so you will pay for what you need. How much money can Liberty Mutual save you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
everything hurts.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty. You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. So shop Ace online and get free in-store or curbside pickup right in your neighborhood. Or get what you need delivered the very same day you order.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Our crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich can make you feel a lot of things. The spicy one can make you feel, what's the word? Tingly? Yeah, tingly. McDonald's spicy crispy chicken sandwich.
The entire great state of Nebraska is headed to Norman this year, hoping for another game of the century. It's time to start Saturday strong.
Car accident? Catalano wins.
Logan was injured? The insurance company was insured.
Catalano offered him. They got him $74,000.
Catalano wins big.
He got Lindsay $250,000 for her accident. Did you say $250,000? And Catalano got one woman.
I'm just so grateful they added Gateway to the schedule because I am going to that race next year. Some way, somehow. I'm like so far from there, but I don't care. I'm going to find some way to get there for that race. I'm either going to fly down there or something. Have someone drive me. I don't know if I'll have my license by then. Probably.
Because the Tempur-Pedic breeze delivers superior cooling from cover to core, helping you sleep cool all night. Now is the perfect time to experience the mattress ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. Learn more at Tempur-Pedic.com.
Rome wasn't built in a day. And neither were the championship hopes of 10 drivers in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series playoffs. Now, these drivers take their title aspirations to the last great Coliseum. It's Bristol, baby.
The world's fastest half mile This is Bristol, and it's a playoff elimination race. 2 of our 10 championship hopefuls will be eliminated after this race tonight. It's a race that has been dominated by Sheldon Creed, who's trying to win his 3rd in a row, but now some problems for some of the playoff contenders here as we get ready for the beginning of stage 3. Watch the gas can. He can't throw it. He threw the equipment. That's a penalty. So the 21 will be penalized.
That guy just needed to catch it, but let's go to the 21's radio.
Yeah, penalty for going upfield here. It's such a BS call. We just watched it on tape. You can stay where you're at. We're fighting this to the end here. It's a really bad call.
Damn,
well, they can
he's
fight
pissed.
It, but I'm not seeing the officials change their call after they've made it. So that would be a first as you look at Bono Mannion, the crew chief for Zane Smith.
Yeah, NASCAR has rules for safety. Flinging that can over the wall, they deem that unsafe, and he will go to the back. And, Kurt, you can overcome penalties a lot of times if you have them early in the race, but now we're into the final stage. This is going to be a tough road.
And a tough one for the 16 of Austin Hill as well, called for speeding on pit road, so he'll go back there also.
Zane Smith's crew chief is pissed.
Now he's in the back. What's this going to do to this crazy race we're having?
This is like Yahtzee. We're just rolling the dice with these guys, and this is the playoff cutoff. Boys, gotta stay on it. The host of he stayed out through all this with an ill handling truck.
Yeah, speaking of rolling the dice, that's Hocevar in that black 42. There's Zane Smith coming from the back, going to try to make things up when the truck doesn't look like it's handling well.
He got in the wall. Looks like with that right front bench, you can see the Goodyear's rubbed off of it. Meanwhile, back up front, Carson Hocevar thinks it's going to be a moving chicane, but you saw Grady and Finger really getting loose into turn 3.
Friesen going to work around and Finger now, or try to, and then he gets sent up the track. Here comes Johnny Sauter right behind in that silver 13 truck.
Oh, and Nemechek, we've seen this already. He's not wasting any time. He gets to somebody, he punts him. But you punt him.
I'm going to both races at Bristol and Martinsville, Darlington and Talladega. Might go to Richmond, but that race is better on TV. Honestly, I feel like Richmond would be better in person. Because, like, Richmond, honestly, it just sucks. Richmond sucks nowadays. It used to be really good, but it just sucks now. So, you know, I'd rather watch it in person than on TV just because, like, you know, if it's going to suck, I might as well be there. Like, because even if you go to a shitty race, it's still fun. Even if the race is boring.
He's 10 points to the negatives. He's got a long 75 laps here to dig back in.
Tyler Ingram earlier was running up well inside the top 5. Was involved in that with the 21 of Zane Smith, and because of that, Ingram has gotten some damage that's forced him to pit road. So if you're a Tyler Ingram fan, it's going from bad to worse.
And Todd Gillette, he's got to go elbows out. He's got to work his way back up and grab some points. I mean, what's happening here is this track is so slide sensitive. That's where you have some guys loose, some guys tight. Now we've got Ingram on pit road, and he's running second at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, he took that penalty for speeding and then ran into the wall. You can see the tape looks like that might be.
Oh, shit. Caution's out. Parker Klickerman has an issue. Oh, the 11's around.
Clay Greenfield in that 11
Clay
truck
Greenfield.
has suffered some significant damage.
Flat left rear, that's no bueno, that's no good. Try to keep air in the tires. And there's so much action going on for a bunch of playoff contenders. This track, it is so treacherous if you get just outside of that traction compound spray on cold tires. That's where you're seeing guys loose, some guys are tight, lots of action right now.
Let's see if we can.
Oh, Haley Deegan.
Maybe got a little help from Haley Deegan.
She was up on the outside of Parker, and they came together, running inside the top 15.
That's a good save, though, so Klingerman gets to fight a little bit longer in this battle. We got 21, here's his visor cam. Just checking the mirror, looking around. And, oh,
Barely made it around the outside of the 75 truck.
around the outside. I mean, that's where luck was on his side in that moment. That's a good break, though. He'll take that for sure.
Klickerman radio.
Sheldon Creed has taken over as the best truck driver. Even better than John Hunter Nemechek.
Wacky. But anytime you spin at Bristol and don't hit anything, it's a lot of luck. A lot of luck involved.
Not a lot of luck.
For that 75 truck tonight. Jamie Howe.
That conversation continued between Chris Carrier and Parker Kligerman. He said, listen, when we go back to a restart, I don't want any more outside line restarts. I want you down. I want you to hug the center. I don't want to be out there racing all those guys.
Yeah, that's how sensitive the track is right now. If you hit it just right and you're tucked in that rail of where the traction compound spray is, you can make some passes. If you're outside of it, you're going to get freight train.
And let's remind the viewers at home why the traction compound is down low. Bristol was reconfigured a few years ago, and you ran around the wall, and the fans didn't like it. They said, we want the old Bristol back. We want the buttons and run back. We want all that action. We want to see people getting together. Well, the Speedway came together with their operations folks and found some compound that makes the truck stick better in the corners, and they put it on the bottom of the racetrack. Here's your bump and run back. I hope you're enjoying it.
It's back for sure. It's Bristol baby at its finest, and it's just the groove is so narrow though. As a driver, you're like, really? Come on, give me like a couple extra inches of this spray. But it is just so narrow to hit it just right, and then it cakes up with all those marbles you can see there, and it takes a while for all that to give you the right grip.
Looking forward to this weekend on Fox. You can start your Saturday strong with the big new kickoff pregame show. Begins at 10 o'clock.
But yeah, next year I'm probably going to
Norman, Oklahoma. And a noon Eastern dual threat Adrian Martinez
probably Gateway
Nebraska against
and New Hampshire or Pocono. Gateway definitely. New Hampshire or Pocono. Probably New Hampshire.
7 a.m. Pacific on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
There's those tires Parker was wanting.
And then if I feel like it, I might go to Watkins Glen. But I probably won't.
You mentioned earlier,
even though it's only like 2 hours, but I don't know. It's just Watkins Glen recently. The races have been really boring.
A guy that's just been steady all night long
besides 2019 and 2016. Holy shit, that is a big ass fucking spider. Holy shit.
He's taking advantage of a good truck tonight.
About a little 88
that is one huge motherfucker. That is one scary ass son of a bitch. That is one scary ass son of a bitch.
And the video game he's talking about is the one that Kyle Larson played at Darlington, right? When he was going after Denver. It's the sarcasm.
I don't want to get up. And that's why I'm not going to kill it. It's because I don't want to get up.
They're just wishing that they had better tools.
But like, holy fuck.
Can provide a closer accuracy to what's going on in real life. But again, like you said, Mike, Matt Crafton is always super steady, hardly a scratch on the truck, and he's cranking out those stage points each and every time.
But don't you love his attitude? That's just the heat of the battle here at Bristol. Got a little bit of break here, and he's having a conversation with Junior about the simulation/video game.
And one thing too, I like that I saw.
That is one fucking big ass spider, y'all. The only reason I'm not killing it is because I don't want to get up. That's really the only reason. But like, holy shit.
But Carson was able to stabilize. He didn't want this restart. He was able to get second and get him a little bit of space, and now he's got to do it all over again. This will be interesting.
Would you have chose fourth, or would you have chose where he did, which is inside front row?
I think I would have wanted to be ahead if I could. The bottom. It worked the last time. What about you? You like that outside that much?
You got to get the launch off of 4. That's the struggle on the inside. If you can do that, then you give yourself a chance to really hug that bottom in 1 and 2 and get your lap time going.
Sierra Blue Amy race summary. It's been all Sheldon Creed tonight. In fact, he's led double the laps tonight that he had in his prior.
Dude, I cannot ignore that thing.
It has been all Creed this evening. Hosts of our up there to have a little something to say about it. We'll see if the 42 can get it done.
That John Nemechek, he's starting to show back up, but these boys are putting on a battle back here. Racing hard for every stage point that they can kind of grab here.
Yeah, the 98 of Infinger and the 13 of Sauter running 4th and 5th. They're not in the playoffs, but they're certainly in the mix.
Up bumper cam has made it to lap 138. That's good news.
It's still in jeopardy, though.
High-risk environment.
That thing is making me uneasy right now. I cannot focus on the race. Honestly, I want him to come over here just so I can kill him without having to get up.
Squeeze in. Chandler Smith's not going to give him that.
He's walking on the Kyle Busch poster. Oh shit, he just fell. Oh wait, no, he's still on the wall.
Get up on this horse, use that whip, and go. You are 15 points behind, bud.
Holy shit. Oh, I think he's on the web. No, he's still on the wall. Ah, fuck that. And now I don't know where he is at all. I have no fucking clue where he is. Which is making me super nervous. Oh, I see him. What's up, Matt? There's a huge ass spider on my wall. And now I don't see him. And that makes me very nervous. And the only reason I didn't get up to go kill him is because I didn't want to get up. That was literally the only reason. I actually want him to come over here just so I can kill him without getting up. But that thing is scary. I can't even see it anymore. Maybe he'll fuck off. I mean, he's not bothering anyone. It's just like, why?
Be thrown onto the drivers. All the weight is on their shoulders. All of the team has to just rely now on the driver making good decisions, making passes, and you're going to start catching lap traffic. And that's another point where you can try to gain some lap time and gain some positions like that. What about this strategy for Carson Hocevar? I mean, he was outside.
How large is the spider? Probably. Actually, I have. I took a video on my camera.
Now he's 10 points inside the playoffs. I mean, it's a huge call. I love it. I love it too. Look at this truck. It looks perfect. No issues on it. But man, those tires are older. But he is just, you said.
Shit, he probably can't even see that.
Put it on his shoulders, and man, Carson has responded.
And he was there making changes on the truck without putting.
But it was probably about this big. Well, yeah, probably about this big. I mean, it's not like huge, but it's just like, why? But yeah, I haven't even watched this entire race. I joined during the red flag on lap 72. Or lap 70, around there. I was at the Syracuse Mets game, and then I came home and started streaming. Your birthday is tomorrow? Well, yeah, we'll be in. I'll be streaming tomorrow night, 7:15. So we can all sing "Happy Birthday" to you.
This time because of the troubles they were having with the truck. But they made it work. Phil Gould made a great call, and Carson Hocevar is driving the wheels off the 42.
Yeah, Phil Gould, the crew chief on that truck, was the crew chief with Ross Chastain a couple of years ago when Chastain had so much success for Nice Motorsports.
Yep, they sure did. That's a good combo. It's paying off. So hopefully
Ross Chastain's my second favorite driver, so it's really hard to say this, but he has fallen off.
Let me see you flex your muscles a little bit here. Yeah, that's another example of what Kurt was talking about. Driver, get up on the wheel. Did you call it elbows out, Kurt?
This elbows out, the weight's on your shoulders. You've got to do your job now. You've got to execute and get everything you can for the team.
And he's talking about that 21 of Zane Smith, and right now Austin Hill runs 16. Zane runs 12, and you see that they are the closest to one another on that playoff cut line. Austin Hill for the good. Zane Smith just on the outside.
You know, it's interesting, Vince. We had both the Smith boys.
Caution is out. Oh boy. Jennifer Jo Cobb. Who do you have winning in Cup for Bristol? I don't know.
Looked like
Kyle Busch.
Yeah, we'll have to look.
Yeah, that's what I said last week.
They got into Jennifer Jo.
Things check up quick.
That is what I said last week.
I mean, that's when he was elbows out and he just got too far ahead of himself. I'd love to see exactly how this unfolded. But that's where things jump up so fast at Bristol.
I met Franchi Cordero tonight. He's he's in the minor leagues right now, but earlier this year he was on the Red Sox.
Purdy involved in that, the 17 of Taylor Gray. But watch Zane Smith right here.
I love that guy.
Let's get into the 10. Bang.
I was at a game earlier this year, and he flipped off the entire, like everyone in the stadium. It was pretty funny. So I love him.
Unfortunate for Chase Purdy, who was having a nice run in the Bama Buggies truck. Also for Jennifer Joe and Taylor Gray.
And then for tonight, I still have Sheldon Creed winning. And then tomorrow I have Noah Gregson winning. So yeah, I think Sheldon Creed gets 3 in a row, and Noah Gregson gets 3 in a row in the same weekend.
Taylor Gray takes the run of it. It's been a tough one on the Gray brothers tonight. Tanner out already. And there's the 23 of Purdy getting put on the hook.
Gray brothers have had issues, and the Smith boys are outside of the
Bro, where the hell is that spider?
playoff cut line. They're not gonna.
That makes me nervous now.
They can't figure out.
Honestly, I don't care as much when I can see them, but like when I stop seeing them, that's when it fucking freaks me out. Because he could be anywhere.
He's been kind of steady Eddie, doing his thing.
A few weeks ago, I was sitting right here on my computer, and a fucking spider just appeared right in front of my face. It was pretty much that big.
All the way up to Hocevar. Granted, Hocevar.
And that fucking made me shit my pants. Not really, but it was scary as shit.
He's running second, but I mean 9 points. I mean that goes away pretty quickly. You have one bobble and lose momentum, you can drop 9 points in a hurry.
We saw that earlier. I mean, Crafton was on the front row for a restart, and a few laps later he's 10th. That is exactly 9 points. This is wild on all these guys back and forth. And when I said Todd Gilliland wasn't having a good night, I double-checked the monitor. He's P6 right now.
Sheena.
Because of just how they continue to work on their truck
Sheena.
to make it better.
So Ben Rose
Sheena.
on the left, running 9th.
Excuse me, Sheena.
On the side of the line.
You're sleeping so hard.
Running 12th.
Usually you wake right up when I call your name.
On the outside.
Sheena, come here.
Looking in.
Come here. Sheena, I said come here. Come here, Sheena. Sheena! Please come here. There's a scary spider, Sheena. And if you find it, I want you to kill it, please. Because I don't want to do it myself. So can you come here?
On the radio for the
Come here.
21 team, they said, we just got to shake that off. There's nothing you
Come here,
can
friends.
do, but they're reminding Zane that his truck is good enough to win. They have speed. He has done well here in the past. So you see him
What are you so
pushing
scared of?
as
Come
much
here.
as he can to try and make up ground for the
Sheena,
last
come here.
several laps. But Zane Smith's
Come on.
all positivity right now because they know what's at stake.
What's that damage going to do? Bert, I didn't realize that left front was crumpled in like that. You think that's going to be an issue?
I don't like it.
What are you
but
doing?
I don't think it's worth pitting for.
Are you okay?
It always have a little bit of hair over here in Bristol, but not a ton.
She's being
But
weird.
again, that is Zane Smith driving for all he's worth, and it was just a simple, small mistake of not giving enough room.
This guy on Jeopardy has won 22 days straight with 775,000 each, or just in total. Named Matt Ondio. That's pretty cool.
5 was Truex's first push win back in the day.
I would have guessed 04, but I'll go with 05.
405, right?
Dude, she was acting like she was scared.
He confessed to me that he was a little bit nervous coming into this one. Though he said, you know, they felt like last year every week they showed up, they could win. And he said, we haven't felt that way this year. And we know they got a little bit of work to do. They've been buoyed somewhat by their teammate Sheldon Creed's performance, but still need to take a step forward, and they're trying to do that tonight and get on to the next round. Hey, speaking of Creed, how about Sheldon's big announcement this week?
Where you lean on that truck. That's where all the
Total.
air, the
That's pretty cool.
Is made back there in that area. He crumpled it up, and that truck was sideways all night long. He just simply wheeled it to victory lane sideways. That was impressive. So this kid has really learned. It was last year, Vince. We were at Pocono, and he went into the tunnel turn side by side with a lap to go.
Nah, my floor is all wet.
The Sheldon Creed
For whatever reason. I still don't know why. It's been like that for a month.
He hung onto that truck.
It's like soaking wet.
You just saw a different driver.
And
a driver that went on to win the championship last year, and a driver that I think is the favorite.
she's probably scared of that.
Yeah,
She just doesn't want to get wet.
You build your foundation in whatever core racing series you grow up in, and then you just start to build layers on top of that. And now he's at that top level of working through another playoff run towards a championship and signing a contract to race in the next series up. That's everything right now where he's showing the right steps, the right moves, and he's got the confidence. I love it.
I remember Crew Chief Jeff Stankiewicz telling me at the beginning of last season, remember that Stankiewicz had teamed up on an ARCA championship. And Stankiewicz said if we can get him to understand you got to slow down and go fast, we really think we're gonna have success in this truck series. And it took him a while.
Yeah,
but I think, Mike, you made that point about Pocono, and maybe that was where we really saw that starting to come to fruition.
It was a difference maker.
Downstairs to Jacob.
And Sheldon Creed saying that the second heat cycle and the tires seems to suit their setup just a little bit better. So he's looking forward to this restart. But you talk about short track racing. Sheldon didn't grow up doing it. So
Another guy in Jeopardy won 12 days with $12.4 million total in 29. That's amazing.
For him, this one compares to Gateway. He said it has the same throttle to brake ratio, and that's what he's looking for.
And what he's talking about with heat cycles is sometimes it frees up the truck, sometimes it tightens it up. You go with restart, less than 40 to go.
Hocevar did not get a good start there on the inside. Nemechek jumping around on the outside of that 42 truck. And Nemechek secures second.
You see him pull down on the straightaway. He's like, I'm going to block this move into 3. You're going to chew on my tailgate, and I want a shot at this green guy.
Remember when they used to have this race on Wednesday? I never understood that. I kind of hated it. Because it was like you'd have the race on Wednesday, and then you'd have to wait an entire day. Almost 2 days for the Xfinity race.
At the front, Hocevar running third, but still work to be done for some of these other playoff drivers, like that 18 of Chandler Smith.
These guys are driving for all their worth. Right now, their heart rate is through the roof. Everybody wants every spot they can grab. They have an update on where they sit in the standings, and now they're just wheeling it, trying to get everything they can.
Chandler Smith and Zane Smith outside the cut line currently. But that 88 of Matt Crafton, he scored enough points tonight.
Yeah, Curtis is in the booth.
To the next round. Well, what a sigh of relief that must be.
I always love when Curtis is in the booth. He always does a great job.
Showing the kids how it's done.
I think he definitely should go there after he retires. I think he could be the Fox. Honestly, yeah, I think when he retires, which will probably be in a few years since Jeff Gordon's leaving the Fox booth, I think that he'd be a great guy to join the booth. I think it'd be amazing. Imagine that Kurt Busch and Clint Boyer, that could be fun too. Obviously not as fun as Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer, but it'd be a lot of fun.
Like the 52 of Friesen or the 38 Gimel and even the 99 of Rhodes. I mean, don't you want to just make sure you don't have something disastrous happen right now? Because
And then have Mike Joy in there too.
You're okay.
Yeah, Friesen should be not worried about anything right here, but it's Hocevar, 42, 16, 38, 99. All of those guys are trying to stay in this fight.
You know, it's 30 laps, and it sounds like a lot.
Caution.
He's going to bring out the yellow for the 75 of Kligerman, who's had an issue for the second time tonight. That left rear down.
Very lucky right now.
We've had 10 cautions tonight. It's been a good race.
Doesn't look to have much damage.
All right, I'm going pee real quick.
These laps are going to go by quick to the finish. It's going to be a shootout.
Now.
RV ready to go? Water. We waiting for? Oopsie doopsie. It's the battery.
Hey, folks. Uh-oh. Open hood, never good.
We brought some oranges because we are out of juice.
Let's get you back on the road. Good Sam Roadside Assistance covers all your vehicles. And just like that battery, your jump start is free of charge.
What?
Make every trip a good trip. Good Sam. Everything you need to have a good trip.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people like Geico because it's just easy. Bundling, for example. You've got car insurance here and home insurance here. Why not? Zoop, all together. Save even more.
That's much better.
Better together, aren't they? Like
It really had to go.
tea and crumpets.
I don't know where that spider went.
Like, say, a porcupine in a balloon factory. No, that'd be a mess. I mean, for starters, porcupines are famously no good in a team setting.
Geico. Save even more when you bundle.
Porcupine at a balloon fest.
It's a sunny day.
No, a stormy day.
What do you, who do you have this week? NFL Raiders versus Steelers Raiders.
She drives hands free along the coast.
I hate the Steelers.
Make it Palm Springs. Cadillac is going electric. If you want to be bold, you have to go off script.
The Steelers were doing really well last year, though, which kind of pissed me off.
Does your vitamin C last 24 hours? Only Nature's Bounty does. Immune 24-hour.
So we're under caution for Parker Kligerman. Chiefs versus Ravens. That's the tough one. That's like the one I'm actually excited for. Is that better be Sunday night?
In powerful combinations for radiant coats, sparkling eyes. Purina One visibly healthy pet. Try these
Yeah, it
Purina
is
One
Sunday
True
night,
Instinct formulas
which
for
I'm
dogs.
really excited
And
for.
happens in many forms, but that doesn't scare
But I
them.
have the Chiefs.
Delivering fast-acting pain
The
relief
Chiefs are
and
my
pain
third favorite team.
spray and lidocaine and soft foam
My
application.
favorite team is the Patriots. So obviously that means my second favorite team is the Bucks because they have Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. So they pretty much have our team. Honestly, they should sign Cam Newton. Fuck it.
Get two of your face, like 10 pieces of nuggets or a quarter pounder for just $6. Only at the
Roman Reigns has held the Universal title
And then my third favorite team are the Chiefs, just because I've fallen in love with so many of the players on that team. It's hard to not fall in love with Patrick Mahomes. And then, you know, they got Le'Veon Bell. Is he still with the team? I don't know. But Travis Kelce, you know, he's awesome.
We're about to have our own little smackdown here at Bristol with 25 to go in the NASCAR.
Who's that other
Truck
guy I like a lot?
Series. Before we go green, let's quickly go down to Jamie on the 88.
There has been a shift in the mood for Matt Crafton and his crew chief, Junior Joyner. Now that they know they advanced to the 8, he said, this is Bristol. You've got a bumper on that truck. It's time to use it.
And then obviously Andy Reid. You can't not love Andy Reid. He's my second favorite coach. Obviously after Belichick.
Still all over the place, still sometimes loose, sometimes tight. So not exactly happy with the truck right now, Regan.
Simple conversation on Ben Rhodes Radio. All she wanted to know, are we in or are we out? Nothing more.
Well, it's pretty tight. He's 3 points to the good. Can't afford a mistake if you're in that 99 truck.
Dude, Zane Smith, please take this spot for Ben Rhodes. Fuck Ben Rhodes, dude.
Check on the front row. He's going to be able to challenge Creed. He got a little bit better
Yeah.
than we've seen anybody else down there lately. And Creed
I love Tyreek Hill. He's awesome. I just could not remember his name.
Yeah, the two championship favorites.
He was on my fantasy for a while.
And Nemechek gives him a little bumper.
Love it. These are two guys that are racing for pride amongst themselves. But no, I'm the better man right now. I'm the better man. Side by side on the
Damn, this is really good racing right now. Man. Come on, Sheldon. Damn, nice.
Creed closes the door. Well done. Holding off Nemechek. Remember, Creed has won the Pro.
Oh, caution's out.
Austin itself has gone around, and we're going to have to re-rack them, line them up, and have another restart.
Caution is out for Austin Windself.
Why not? That wasn't exciting enough at all. That was some great racing between two title contenders, just trying to show off to one another. Who wants this more?
Who's the man?
Yeah.
Are you going to be the demon or the beast? or who's going to be the guy that's going to leave Bristol with that trophy? That's what it's all about.
Creed was throwing the hammer down, and 22 sideways.
Haley Deegan slid past there without any contact, but that was a close call. A little bit of damage on that 22, but not too bad. Parker Kligerman will get the free pass, but there is that cut line there at the bottom left. Ben Rhodes and Zane Smith. It's getting a little tighter, boys.
Look at
You know what's disappointing? Is that Ty Gibbs doesn't have a sponsor. It's really just, like, irks me.
Any bobble, any one of those positions.
I think he has monsters sometimes, but
Your choice on which restart lane. And
he
let's
doesn't
say
have, like, a
somebody
full-time
puts tires
sponsor.
in the bottom lane, and you chose the bottom, and it bottles up, and guys go by you. I mean, there is so much riding on the line right now. There's just those guys. I mean, 42 is +4, +3, plus. I mean, heck, Austin Hill isn't even safe.
No, he's +7. And if we're talking restarts at Bristol, this is crazy. It'll drive you crazy if you're one of these racers. You just gotta throw it all out there and see what comes back.
You know, the heart rate of these drivers and the crew chiefs and the families that are watching nervously and just hoping that their driver can get his way in. Rich Lucius there on the left-hand side.
When Kyle Busch sons Brexton won more races than Kyle did.
But these guys are all just trying to figure out.
You mean? Oh yeah, like in the his little like dirt tracks.
Right in front of them. You know, there's no tricks ahead. There's 5, 6 guys I count racing for 5 spots. And
I love watching those videos.
That's crazy.
I haven't watched them in a while though.
Trying to tell everybody to go to Michael Walter Brewery down the road.
Why is the 3 being pushed back?
Brewery downtown Bristol.
Why is Jordan Anderson being pushed? Is that still Jordan Anderson, the 3? Oh no, that's not. Howie DeSavio. DeSavino.
Well, Sheldon Creed in the number 2 asking the team, where am I better? Where am I losing to the number 4? You said it. It's all about bragging rights at this point, but they told him.
I mean, both the guys racing for this win right here have both advanced, so Chandler Smith could really use this win. It'd be his first career win. He's 10 points back, so he really kind of needs it. I mean, unless, like,
quite as well as John Hunter.
you know, Todd Gilliland falls off the earth,
Perfect on the bottom. It keeps picking
crashes.
up. It'd be interesting to see if he does it again after the way that John Hunter was able to challenge him.
We heard that report about the 2. How about
I don't watch Haley Diggins videos. I honestly, I should though. She's so beautiful.
We got a big picture race too. You know, like I said, I don't want to give him nothing, but I don't want to end up on the hook either. It's too important for Vegas.
Yo, Matt, do you smoke?
I'm trying to help
Please don't say cigarettes, but do you smoke weed?
through to the next round, and right now Chandler Smith is -10. Only real option he's got.
Please tell me you don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, and he's right there. He can take
Granted, I do this
it.
shit, the fucking disposables.
Those 2 race each other.
I mean, if those 2 would have took each other out, and then that helps the 18 roll through, and yeah. But right now, it'll be an interesting restart on who does what, who's digging hard.
No, you don't smoke, because you're a good boy.
Of course, this is the final race of round 1, and then we go to Vegas, September 24th.
At all.
Cannot wait
That's
for
good.
The action is, as you see, always hot and heavy in Vegas.
I mean, honestly, I recommend that everybody smokes weed every now and then. I do recommend that everybody does smoke weed every now and then. You probably should not do it. You definitely should not do it as much as I do. That's not good. But I do recommend that everybody smokes every now and then.
Wide open on the 1.5 miles, then you're going to go to Talladega and be in the glob all day long, and Martinsville the same thing, only
Just, you know, have some fun. I'd say, fuck it, once a month. You should smoke once a month.
Into the next round on points. So has Stuart Friesen with his efforts tonight. So you've got Creed, Nemechek, Crafton, and Friesen. We've got 4 of our 8 that have secured positions for the next round.
And all of the other 6 are trying, Vince. And it's close. Watch that 18 truck. He chose the bottom. Nemechek went up to the top. Oh, did you leave early?
Back green.
Creed on the outside, Chandler Smith on the inside. Smith needs to get some positions and move his way into the playoff picture.
I just think we saw a teammate help a teammate right there. Chandler Smith now is running P2. He's got a shot at Creed. He's only got one real good shot, right?
Yeah, Nemechek could have gone to the inside on that restart.
So I have a story to tell you guys. If you didn't see my video yet, I posted that because I wasn't going to stream, but then I was like, fuck it. But, so I was at City, oh, caution's out. Oh shit, that's a big crash.
Austin Hill, the 16 involved.
That is a big crash.
Austin Wayne South.
That's gonna be a bit, that's gonna be a red flag.
Changes everything. Austin Hill, he's out. That is heavy. That is done for the night kind of damage.
Austin Hill is eliminated from the playoffs. Well, not officially. I mean, shit could still happen. I think if Zane Smith crashes,
I barely started coming down, and by the time I started straightening out, he already turned.
or Ben Rhodes crashes, then he might still be in. But
That's hard to say, but you gotta appreciate.
now Ben Rhodes is
All those
+6.
guys worked so hard on those trucks, and they were.
Imagine
they
AJ
were
wins
just a
Bristol.
few laps away from moving on.
I was about to tell a story. Oh yeah. So I was at Citi Field,
Austin Hill's a good racer, but Bristol
and this guy, You know those guys with the beer at the baseball games? Like, you want some beer? You want some beer? And they have the fucking the basket of beer, the cooler of beer. So that guy was near me, and I was like, yo, I want a beer. And he was like, all right, can I see your ID? So he looks at my ID, sees that I am 19 years old, and still gives me a beer. The beer was $17. I'm very dumb for buying it. Well, I don't think it was $17. It was very expensive still. It was at least $13 probably. And then I gave like a 15% tip. So it was like the total was $17. I don't know how much the beer actually was.
He sounded like he might have come down on someone.
But yeah, he gave me a fucking beer. It was a big beer though. Like it was like one of those taller beers.
45. He's been having a good run up inside the top 15.
Let me correct myself and clean this up because...
so the red flag is out.
Grant Infinger, the credit. He won at Martinsville prior to Creed going...
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
I was thinking Austin Hill winning.
Yeah, I was in New York City over the weekend. I went to Times Square, and I smoked with some random strangers. That was pretty fun. But don't ever do that.
So here's Austin Hill outside, corner exit, and he's
so Austin Hill is currently in 21st. He's going to finish probably 25th. So
that's such a tough call with all the different safer barriers now.
He's probably out of the playoffs. I mean, there is a chance he's still...
There's no place that's safe.
How many trucks are in this race?
Man, it looks like Hill had trouble on corner exit.
Oh, 40. So that is...
Coming off and trying to close the hole.
I mean...
There he was already in the hole.
It was there.
Just made a mistake.
So he's
Under red the second time.
8 points behind Ben Rhodes. So Ben Rhodes needs to lose 9 spots for Austin Hill. And that's like kind of if who's below him. If they suck too, like they lose a few spots too. Yeah. So Zane Smith needs to lose like 3 spots. 2, I believe. And then Ben Rhodes needs to lose like 8 spots for Austin Hill to advance to the playoffs, to the next round of the playoffs.
It's been something. It has been really just, I think, what we expected it to be. We anticipated that it would be this kind of race. There would be no quarters given. It would be a race that was dotted with cautions because we anticipated that there would be contact tonight because no one wants to give an inch.
And you know, there's 10 laps to go and probably around a couple 3 under caution, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another caution and another twist in this playoff battle because you've still got Chandler Smith, who's got a chance to win this race. He's 7 points below, but besides that, Todd Gillen is only 6 to the good. Any kind of contact, watch him try to get that spot, protect his spot. You can see Hill coming down.
Late, but just got in. I was late too, so it's fine. I didn't join this race until the first red flag, which was on lap 70, I believe.
Wanted to at that point when Austin changed lanes like he did.
I was at the Syracuse Mets game. So when I came back, it was like lap 70 during the red flag, and that's when I started the stream.
Well, Hill was in playoff panic situation of I've got to get to the bottom, I've got to get this position.
Oh no, Ben Rhodes has to lose 9 spots, and Zane Smith has to lose 4 spots for Austin Hill. And then I think that's just maybe. Like I'm not even confident that I'm doing the math right.
So what's that do, you know, to this team? They're championship caliber. How do you rebound and go to Vegas? What's your mindset there?
It's to go, you know what? Championship hopes are over. We still have 5th place in points to race for. Let's work our way back up and finish strong as a group. That's what you have to take as a mentality anytime you get eliminated in this playoff.
Wait, no, because it's going to be more.
Truck, Xfinity, or Cup.
It's going to be more.
You still got 5th race for.
3 races or 3 seasons.
Because of he's going to lose spots.
Like they were
He's in 21st right now. So when he falls back to 25th, it's going to be like -8.
Back down to Jamie.
Just looking at
No, -7. So then he's going to be tied with Chandler Smith, but he'll have that advantage because he has the win.
Zane Smith is right above it, 3 points
The
into the
wins.
good. We already saw the teammate strategy play out with John Hunter Nemechek and his teammate Chandler Smith. But if Chandler
Then Zane
were to get
Smith will have to lose
around
like
three, win this race,
7
he would go
spots,
above the line, which
and
would
Ben
then
Rhodes
see
will have to
Zane
lose
Smith
like
below it. So while
14
Sheldon can't
spots.
do a whole lot other than be defensive, he's got to be thinking teammate, big picture points at this point also.
You're exactly right. I mean, there are so many different scenarios that can play out. That's what this format is all about, and that's why you always hope that you're locked in before these cutoff races. You can do it with a point cushion like Crafton and Friesen have done tonight.
How about a little communication from that too?
Hey Jaden, how's it going? Yeah, Jaden, I joined the stream late. I was at the Syracuse Mets game, and then I came back and they were under the first red flag. Now they're under the second red flag.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't take off.
10 to go.
No, I know. I'm just telling you what they told him. So if it would be a sketchy restart if he just tries to fire off like that, and you know what he's going to do.
Jaden, did you see my video that I posted today? I was in New York City. It was great. Did you see the video?
The control truck, so he has the prerogative to. He can't brake check, but you've got some room to wiggle, don't you, Bert, on how you would take off as the leader?
Yeah, you're the one that's controlling the race, and you set the tone through the restart zone. The 18 has more to lose than to gain by having that mentality.
Yeah, that's why you asked. So you saw the part where the stadium beer guy, I asked him for a beer. He was like, "Can I see your ID?" And then I did, and then he was just like, "Yeah, fuck it," and then he gave me a beer. That was funny.
Good news is, unfortunately, the 16.
Gave you a beer, yeah.
So as long as the 18 don't win and we finish, we'll be okay.
And as you guys hear for the 21 team, there's always
Check my ID and everything, yeah.
bad news. So they've been boosting Zane.
And it's super obvious because at least in New York State, apparently, when you're under 21, your ID is vertical. After you turn 21, your ID is horizontal. So all he would have had to see is that my ID was vertical. That's all he had to see. And he would have known. But he even saw that and just he was either just stupid, he was probably drunk too, maybe, who knows, or he just doesn't give a fuck. He was just like, you know what, fuck, I got the cool stadium guy. Oh, Stuart Friesen is advanced.
That's about 2 or 3 minutes.
We could have 2 or 3 restarts.
Stuart Friesen is advanced to the next round of the playoffs. Yeah, stole from Eminem's world. They were trying to make me pay $20 fucking for a pound of M&Ms. Like, what the? I'm gonna fucking steal from you. Like most people might put that back, but just for the fact that you're trying to sell me that, I'm just gonna steal from you. Like, I get $10 for that at like Wegmans.
Wow. That's a low price.
Well, that is a low price.
What's a low price?
That's a low price. Can you let me shop?
I wonder how many green flag laps there have been. Probably not like. I guarantee like half of this race has been run under caution. I think there was that like 20 lap green flag run. Yellow red flag's been lifted. I think there was like a few. Yeah, there was like a 30 lap green flag run there, almost. Oh yeah, then there was like that 72 to 110.
If you could invent your own alter ego, how high could you fly?
There was a few green flag runs.
You've never felt a swimming competition like this before.
I can't wait to meet the human beings behind these alter egos.
Alter Ego, this Wednesday on Fox.
What time is tomorrow race? 7:30. Well, 7:45 is the green flag, So I'm going live at 7:15. And I think that's the same for the Cup race on Saturday.
Does your daily routine leave you lost?
Sheena.
Repetition.
Sheena the dog.
Repetition.
Sheena,
Repetition.
who is a good girl.
Jim invites you to leave the mundane and heed the call of your curiosity. Escape the conventional
Come here.
and embrace the delectable. Welcome to the world of Hendrix Gin. Warmly infused with rose.
I met Franchi Cordero tonight, Jaden. He is a Red Sox player, but he's in the minor leagues now. But he was on the Red Sox earlier this year. And I got to meet him today. It was pretty fucking cool.
In a race where you kind of feel like you've seen it all, you get the feeling that maybe we haven't seen it all. It is going to be an exciting shootout to the finish here at Bristol with you see 8 to go, but still under caution. And remember, this is a playoff cutoff race, so 2 drivers will not advance to the next round and run for the championship. Austin Hill, we know, is one of those because he's already out. Unless, I guess, if disaster struck, right, drivers could finish even worse.
There's enough going on that any one of those 4 drivers, any 2 of those 4 drivers that are above the cut line don't have enough breathing room not to be out. So that graphic on the bottom of the screen right there tells the whole story. Now, it's going to take it's going to take a crash, but how many cautions have we seen? 11?
Yeah, and I want to give a tip of the cap.
That was fucking
I don't want to jinx
awesome.
them at all, but Carson
Yo, Matt, you
Hocevar
still here?
And their team made that call to stay out after lap 76. That's the last time he pitted was lap 76.
Shit, I gotta post my picks
And he's
tomorrow.
still running top 5, making sure that he protects his truck and gets back in groove and gets back in running good lap times to stay up front. And right now they see themselves with the most comfort, and that's not much comfort.
No, there's no comfort.
But they have some.
He just knows he's one of those guys that could make it or could still be in trouble. There's just, I mean,
Same.
All these guys.
What's up, Matt?
Gill and Rhodes. Smith has had to come back from that penalty. Chandler Smith has a shot at throwing a haymaker here and trying to pull off this W. And he's going to most likely choose opposite.
All right, lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go green.
He has to get a clean launch, a clean acceleration through the restart zone off of turn 4 to see if he's got a shot at it. Moving Creed in turns 1 and 2.
How about this Thursday night thunder, Vince? This is awesome. What's the 18 got to say?
You got the Ford. Ford's going to do everything he can to help you guys to get him on the start.
Every year during the Daytona 500, on lap 3, I'm gonna turn off all the lights in my room. Like I'm gonna turn off my LED lights for the entire lap 3. Every year on the Daytona 500. From now on.
It's going to take the chrome horn to get past
You gotta remind me of that if I fucking forget.
18 again, he's gonna.
Here they go, the Camping World 5 to go at Bristol.
He's there. Chandler Smith racing.
Named Pokimane, she's pretty chill. Oh yeah, I've heard of her. Man, they're fucking racing hard. Oh shit, no, Sheldon. Sheldon, come on, Sheldon.
Smith and Creed battling. Smith.
Yeah, Sheldon. No! This is not a good thing. This is very much not a good thing. That is a very bad thing that just happened.
Look at Nemechek sideways.
Nemechek's in the wall, and now Chandler Smith has the lead.
I mean, whether he overdrove
This is fucking batshit.
Look at this. 2 KBM trucks battling for the lead. They don't know what they're doing right now. Trying to figure
Oh
it
shit, Sheldon, no.
Still out.
Sheldon.
Got into the
I just saw a crash.
Chandler Smith a little bit, but Smith now starting to pull away.
Did I not just see Sheldon crash?
Moves into second.
Am I just tripping, or did I see?
Executed the restart perfectly, and he's put himself in position. Here's the
All right, white flag.
flag is out for Chandler Smith.
Chandler Smith. This is crazy. He is going to advance. And Todd Gilliland and Austin Hill are out.
Your first career win. It's Bristol, baby.
That was crazy.
Wowzers.
He led 4 laps tonight.
We'll double check everything as far as who's advanced.
That was
Zane
crazy.
Smith looks like he's in, and then somehow Todd Gilliland ends up being the odd man out with Chandler Smith winning. Wow. Unbelievable. I didn't see that one.
Get your PlayStation fixed.
Wow.
Why?
Zane Smith comes
Okay, I
back
will.
from the
Fuck
penalty.
it.
He's in,
Fuck it. I will.
is some
Fuck it.
KVM
Fuck it.
mastery of teamwork, communication, and execution in my mind.
Look at the way that the points shifted in those final 5 laps. Todd Gilliland ends up out. And
Matt Crafton had
Chandler
advanced
Smith
too
with the win
before the race
secures
ended.
his spot. And Zane Smith and Ben Rhodes, Carson Hocevar apparently making it in.
Hell yeah, boys. How about that?
Okay. Oh yeah, I want to finish my NASCAR Heat 5 Let's Play, but I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to.
One happy little brother, sir. Advanced a couple trucks, but I say Chandler Smith.
Have you watched a streamer named Valky Ray? But no, but I think I've heard of her or him.
You have to execute.
I think I've heard that name before.
He did, and that help of a teammate and the confidence he had in that wheel to go after Creed like that. Creed's not going to be happy, not one bit. But Creed had to know that haymaker was coming.
And a year after 17-year-old Sam Mayer became the
That was a
youngest
good-ass
Bristol
burnout.
winner, 19-year-old
Let me do my
Chandler
burnout.
Smith makes it 2 teenagers in a row, the second youngest Bristol winner, 19 years old from the tiny town of Talking Rock, Georgia. And it could not have come at a more opportune time to score his first career win.
These kids show up to race these trucks, Vince, and we get to see the stars being born, and they're ready to go when they get these opportunities. And what an excellent restart.
This is pretty cool.
For Chandler to be able to stay beside Sheldon Creed.
And what a sickening feeling for Todd Gilliland.
Doing everything right. And
Todd Gilliland is out.
On the points that you were to the good, only if.
I don't know. I just kind of have a. I like Todd Gilliland, but I also just have like a rivalry with him. Me and him had Twitter, like a Twitter back and forth. It was pretty funny. I was making fun of him.
For those guys, yeah, the heartbreak for Gilliland's team. Man, what? And again, I just wanted.
I was making fun of him for when he said "fuck you" to Kyle Busch. For when he said "go sit in your fucking RV."
Chandler Smith got the job done.
Jamie Howe is down there with the winner.
And for Chandler Smith, there was a perfect execution on the restart. You told me earlier, if you could go back to 2019, you knew it was going to be this hard to win, you would have changed those restarts. Where did that come from tonight?
Man, God is good. God is so damn good. I've really been tested here the last year or two and tested my faith, and I've kept it, man. This is unbelievable. I can't thank everybody behind me, man. This is just amazing. Safe Flight, Toyota, KBM, Kyle Busch, everybody, Jack Irving. It's just incredible. I'm speechless right now.
We saw you make that pass around Sheldon Creed in the 2. We saw the teamwork that happened with John Hunter Nemechek. Put into perspective the team aspect of truck racing.
Man, I feel like truck racing is definitely probably the hardest out of all 3 series right now.
Well,
2019, I felt like I was
you don't know what
really
you're talking about, though.
Nothing's changed about me. The competition
Cup
got a
Series
lot
is obviously
better,
the
so
hardest.
I got to work and do a lot more and more studying, and it's just finally paid off. Like I said, God's just so good, man. I'm so happy right now. It's unbelievable.
You're now a Bristol winner. Congratulations to our race winner, Sheldon Chandler Smith. Josh?
I'm here with Zane Smith, who just gets through to the next round. You had to battle all night. You get the penalty. You fight your way back just to get through to the round of 8. Let me know what the roller coaster of
Imagine all 4 Gibbs cars in the championship 4. That'd be awesome. Well, can that? Yeah. I can't. Well, no. Yeah.
I heard it was a
Truex, Kyle, and
I guess they have been all year.
Oh yeah, because the round. So yeah, that could happen.
My teammate for always having to go back there. And
thing is that if Kyle Busch wrecks on Saturday, he's out. He has to have. He doesn't have to have like a great race, but he has to have like a good, decent race. Like
Can't wait
probably a
until we
top
finally
10.
have one of these without a penalty, and it'll be a
So
lot easier.
you can't afford
Dave
bullshit.
Smith through to the round of 8. Regan?
Well, we're driving this not through to the round of 8 is going to be Todd Gilliland. Todd, you spent the majority of the night in a good position. At the very end, though, Chandler Smith gets the lead. It bumps you out. How aware of the situation were you at the end of the race?
I was pretty aware, and then just that last restart was kind of chaotic, and I pretty much knew I needed to beat the 99 to be in an okay spot, and honestly don't even know what happened. They just both slipped by me, the 21 and the 99, so just honestly it's heartbroken, at a loss for words. I really don't know what to say. It's just,
He knows Bristol though.
So,
Yeah, he does.
just everyone at Speedco, Front Row Motorsports worked so hard for this. We've had a good year, I feel like, and
Oh, my iPad just died.
just missed it by 2 points there is
That's pretty shitty.
really stings. So just thank you to Bob Jenkins, everyone at Front Row Motorsports for giving me this opportunity, and just heartbroken.
Tough end of the night, tough end of the playoffs for Todd Gilliland. Josh?
Yes, Stuart Friesen has been the picture of consistency through the first 3 races of the postseason. I see you just checking out the damage real quick, make sure the truck is okay. But how have you been so consistent so far in the playoffs?
Well, race to race for sure. Thanks to Chris Larson, Halmar, everybody in my living room watching at home. Appreciate you guys. We're going back to Fonda this weekend, big race weekend for us. But I don't know. We had a really good truck tonight.
I'm in my bedroom.
Didn't have really good long run speed. And it was probably some stuff I was doing there that I needed to clean up, and got a good restart at the end. Just about.
I'm surprised that wasn't a caution with Sheldon Creed.
I tried to get a little bit too much, getting down to 32. And on the restart, we stayed out. I thought we were going to get good, and then just lost it about 4 head well. So probably a quarter of an inch from a flat right front.
What's your top 5 for Bristol and Cup and Xfinity? Top 5 for Cup, or no? I'll go top 5 for Xfinity first because I think that race is first. Noah Gragson, I think, is the winner. Justin Allgaier second.
Stuart Friesen finishing 5th place tonight here at Bristol. Regan?
Then probably Ty Gibbs third.
Standing outside the Care Center, Austin Hill. First off, glad you're okay. Hard hit there.
Jeb Burton and Justin Haley 4th and 5th.
Coming off the turn 4.
Yeah, I was just trying to get in line,
And then for Cup,
Spotter told me that he was coming and that he was there.
I think Kyle Busch
Kind
wins.
of went down a little bit just to kind of see if I could spook him a little bit, see if it maybe make him lift. I misjudged. I came down too much.
Sorry.
And then as soon as he got into me, it just takes all the rear stability out of it. All if we win. So hate that we tore up all those other race trucks.
Second would be Harvick.
Hope everybody ended up all right.
Third, Truex.
Yeah, it's all in me.
Fourth, Denny.
They
And
brought
5th,
me a lot
Christopher
right
Bell.
Here at Bristol, this is a place that we're not very good at, and we were really good tonight. We sped on pit road and just choked it. I mean, what else do you say? So we go on to next year. Don't know what next year looks like yet, but hopefully I'm with these guys and I can redeem myself for them and this organization because they deserve a lot better than what they got tonight. So we'll see.
We saw Matt Crafton lock himself into the top 8 tonight, but Matt, you're struggling on the restarts. What is it you were lacking?
I don't know. I just couldn't take off like they were, and I there at the end, I just tried to take big runs and see if I could do anything about it. I don't know if I was doing something wrong. I just didn't have the acceleration. Just struggled on it for whatever reason. You're off just a little bit tonight. Just on land, we always fought tight on land and would have to wait on it. And if I backed the corner up, it was better, but then they'd run me over on entry. I said it's definitely not the night we wanted it all along. I mean, thanks you guys for working hard. When our Toyota Tundra will be good in Vegas, and it's go time again.
That big picture mentality worked out for him tonight, Regan.
One of those eventful nights.
Carson.
Played early, then you were loose at one point. You said you had a flat tire, but you guys persevered and you're on the next round.
Yeah, I think that's our season, right?
Yeah.
We just never quits. This team doesn't just keeps pushing, keeps working on the truck. You know, we in stage 2 we used it as a test session for stage 3 just to make the thing a little bit better. Just really struggled the first fire off or restarts. Just kind of was pushing the water. I needed that thing to go green.
I know the 2 was probably saving, so he was just playing with me a little bit, but I wanted to see that go green. I felt like I was pulling everybody behind me, but Al Neese and this group deserve to be here. I'm still proving I deserve to be here, but I was shocked at how close that thing was.
My iPad's turning back on.
Nice job, Carson. Josh.
Here with Ben Rhodes, who finished 9th tonight, 2 points above the cut line. Cutting it close, Ben. What was the roller coaster of emotion like for you tonight? And
why did Ben Rhodes have to advance?
Yeah, I think this race shaved a few years off my life. That was some really stressful racing. I mean, you look at the 38 being on the outside now, and I think we finished.
But all right, y'all, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for